I would never tell a gay couple, oh, because you two are in love with each other and you're not a heterosexual couple, don't even think about adopting a child. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that birth mothers have the right to choose.
For birth moms like Kelly, who want to place their children with married moms and dads, that option is now at risk. Across the country, liberal activists are making accusations that faith-based adoption and foster agencies, including the one Kelly used to place her son Alex for adoption, are discriminating against same-sex couples because they prefer to place children with married moms and dads. The situation has left faith-based agencies with a difficult choice: violate their religious beliefs about sexuality and marriage, or shut down.
Choosing to place your child for adoption is the hardest decision that I've ever made. But what gave me reassurance was that I at least had control over the family that I was choosing. And for me, that did include faith. They were committed to raising that child in a Christian home. I can understand why people might perceive that as intolerance, but what I would tell them is that when you're pregnant, that child is yours. If your priority is matching that family's faith to yours, that's your prerogative.
In at least 3 states and the District of Columbia, faith-based agencies have already closed. In Illinois, for example, Catholic Charities, which had a long-standing record in the adoption and foster care industry, had to shut down their services, disrupting an estimated 3,000 children and thousands more parents. Chuck Johnson, an adoption advocate who works with both secular and non-secular adoption agencies, says same-sex couples who want to adopt are already able to in every state, and that pushing faith-based providers out of the system will ultimately harm the children.
In all 50 states, gay adoption is permitted. There are organizations that serve, so there's not a question of access at all. And I think in this country, people like choices. There are people who would prefer to work with a secular or public organization, and then there's a certain number of families who'd feel more comfortable working with someone who would share their faith.
But still, groups like the ACLU are charging forward with their lawsuits, representing plaintiffs like a same-sex couple in Michigan, where they had to drive past at least 2 agencies that would have worked with them in order to reach the one that preferred to adopt to married moms and dads.
One of the most successful recruitment efforts has been to the faith community. They're a natural audience when you're trying to talk about providing a home for a child in their community, whether it's as a foster parent or as an adoptive parent. To exclude them from the process, I think, would not be in children's best interest. Almost every day, the news reports the desperate need that all states have for prospective foster and adoptive families.
Some are turning to the federal government to pass the Child Welfare Provider Inclusion Act, legislation that would protect the rights of birth moms, as well as the rights of faith-based adoption and foster care agencies to act in accordance with their religious beliefs.
I do think that birth mothers deserve certain rights, and I think one of those rights is saying, this is the family I choose for my child. While you're pregnant, that is your child. You have the right to choose that family. Birth mothers already sacrifice so much. I don't think that they should have to sacrifice their faith too.